Hello and welcome to Nice Big Wrench. Today I'm just going to do a little video on buying Chinese component parts or pattern parts. What we've got here is a 2003 Yamaha WR450 dirt bike engine. The barrel's knackered and the piston was knackered, so I bought a Chinese copy barrel and piston to replace it. And now obviously there's the obvious question of, well, it's cheap and Chinese, it's made really cheaply and it's probably not going to be very good. But I bought, I work for an engineering company and an aircraft engineering company, and I had one of the engineers check the tolerances on the Chinese barrel, and he said they are good enough. It was something like, hang on. I can't remember the number he said, but it's basically good enough that he would put it in an aircraft. It's the tolerances are that good on it. It's perfectly round all the way down, and the variance all the way down from widest to narrowest point is not is barely noticeable. And he said it's perfectly good to put in an aircraft. And I've measured. Put calipers in all the holes, and all the holes are exactly the same size on the old piston and on the new one, and it all looks good to go. And then I went to fit it to the bike, and just to test fit it. Now, bearing in mind I've not put a gasket on yet, but on this engine, where the clutch cover is, you can see there's a little gap there. Now if I take off the old piston, the old cylinder, you can see it's shaved. Can you see that flat spot there where it's been flattened out? And then if I take it, show you the new one, see, it's not been flattened out, so it won't fit. I'll go to test fit this one. You can see there it touches the side of the clutch casing, so therefore it won't fit. Not a big deal, just a few seconds with a file and I can shave that flat and then it'll fit and it'll be fine. But just to be aware, or more to the point, for people who think, oh, it's cheap and Chinese and it's shit, this barrel cost me £115, I think, and a Yamaha OEM one was something like 400. So for the sake of saving 300 quid, I'll shave a little bit off and that'll be perfectly fine, thank you very much. Apart from that, I mean, even they've even got the little cooling fins machined into it. The casting's almost completely identical, but whereas the old one had this kind of mottled effect from the casting, the Chinese one's kind of smooth and looks like it's been sandblasted kind of thing. But yeah, this is kind of a video just to say, if you buy it from China, it might not be perfect, but with a little bit of fettling, you can end up with something that's just as good. Whether or not it runs just as good, that's an entirely different prospect altogether. But one of the reasons I bought the Chinese barrel and piston was to prove whether or not it's any good. For what it's worth, there's the Chinese piston, looking all very nice and shiny. So yeah, that's how that's a little video just to explain that, and hopefully that's helpful for anybody who's shopping for Chinese parts and is questioning, can I trust them, or anybody who's who dismisses them as these are pretty crap. They're not all that crap, and certainly from a machining point of view, from a manufacturing point of view, it's actually really good. Anyway, thank you very much. I shall catch you all next time.